Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Level Up with Naomi, where we empower and lift each other's up. So tonight's episode is very, very dear to me and our speaker is my beloved sister from another mother. And girls, watch out for this. Please make sure to tune in with us. We are live in Facebook and YouTube. Today's topic is very, very interesting and as I've said, very dear to my heart. We will be discussing about breaking the chains, women's journey to personal growth and fulfillment. Are you ready? Okay. So let me introduce our guest speaker for tonight. So again, this is my very dear friend, Janice N. Rambert. She is a passionate educator with a deep commitment to empowering women who have felt marginalized, unheard, unseen, and undervalued. With a background in the beauty and fitness industry spanning several years, she has experienced firsthand the emphasis placed on external appearances over inner worth. So the journey has led her to a profound realization that there's more to a person that meets the eye. And she is dedicated to helping others discover their true selves and inherent worth bestowed upon them by the higher power. So Janice is a loving mother to two young men whom she treasures beyond measure. While her role as a mom is integral to her identity, she aspires to be more than just a parent or someone's daughter. Like all of us, Janice has faced her fair share of challenges, but she acknowledged that she hasn't always been open about her personal story and truth. So now we'll open the tap. That COVID-19 pandemic afforded her a rare opportunity for introspection and self-discovery, prompting her to engage in essential inner work that has reshaped her perspective to life's priorities. In a family predominantly composed of males, when she is the sole female amidst males, Janice has a baby brother and two sons. Janice embraces her unique role as a daughter through her dedication to education and empowerment. Janice and Rambert is on a mission to uplift and inspire women to embrace the true worth of life and live authentically. So, ladies, would you like to be inspired now? Please help me welcome my very, very beloved friend, Janice and Rambert. Hi, Janice. How
Hi.
are you? Thank
Fine,
you
fine.
so much for gracing us this moment, for your time. I know I'm like, when do we do this? I'm like, finally, we're here. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you
How
so
are
much.
you, my dear friend?
I am well. I am well. Thank you for inviting me to the platform and thank you for allowing me to have this opportunity to share my story. And
It
just
is an honor to have you here. Anyway, aside from my long introduction for you, my beloved friend, so how is and who is Chinese Rambert?
Janice is that girl. I'm just like any other inspirational, empowered woman that is walking on this planet and have many gifts to share. We all are special and we all have so much more to give to so many. And so that's who Janice is. Janice is
Yes.
that shero, that builder, that strength finder, and I am that beloved. My mother will say I am daughter. Okay, she has her
Of,
own meaning
of
for me.
course.
Okay, I
Of
am daughter.
course. Of course. Our moms would always say like, You're my daughter first. I'm like,
Yeah. So I'm daughter.
yes, yes. For those who don't know, me and Janice just met about over a year ago, right? We
Yes, actually coming up
yes,
on a year. It was
yes,
interesting. A friend of a friend, and we've been
yes.
life partners through this journey
I
virtually.
know. I'm
We
like,
met
yes.
physically one time,
Yeah,
but
like like there are times that you just met somebody and you just like, oh, this girl is as if we've known each other for so long, right?
absolutely,
So yeah, so yeah, we met in one of a very good conference, right, with Tony Robbins, right,
Tony
in
Robbins.
Vegas.
Yes. Oh yeah,
Yeah, that
that
was
was
an
inspiration.
inspiring one. Anyway,
Absolutely.
so before we dive into a very good topic tonight, would you please share with us one interesting fact about yourself that most people don't know?
Hmm. One interesting fact that people may not know about me is that people that who don't know me,
Uh huh.
I do think before I speak. But unfortunately it comes out anyway. But I would say the interesting fact about me that people may not know is that I am an artist. I enjoy coloring and spending quiet time with my crayons and just kind of taking in a coloring book. I have a coloring book, an adult coloring book, and it's very relaxing. So I think people don't know that about me, that I can be an introvert and spend time just coloring and having that colorful time by myself, because people only see me dancing, being so active.
Dancing.
They do
Uh,
not see me coloring in my room with a coloring.
yeah. I guess I have an honor to sell one of your artwork last time in our call. Yes, and she is really talented, guys. She is. I assure you that. Wow, yeah. So you must be sharing all your artwork to more people now. Now that you shared it with us.
You will see the artwork in different ways. Let's just say that there's a lot of creativity here. So then I will share a lot of other creative things that I have.
Yeah, like if you see her page, by the way, don't forget to follow her in Facebook too. We got Chinese and Rambert, I think. Just search for her and follow her. You'll be inspired. Yeah, you'll see her dancing there too. She is a really good dancer, you guys. She is. Anyway, so to begin, diving in our very good topic tonight, could you share the inspiration behind the topic, breaking the chains, women's journey to personal growth and fulfillment, and what motivated you to explore this topic?
Well, what started the journey, I not too many people do know. I did go to all girls high school. Okay. I picked it. Like my mom did not force me to go there. So I did attend an all girls high school, but even after graduating that school, I'm minor in women's studies. So I'm very much into girl power. And the dual conversation with breaking the chain is very meaningful to me, because
Mm-hmm.
external factors that block women from moving out of themselves, and that inner belief, that inner self journey that we're constantly on, to overcome these different obstacles outside of ourselves is so important. And so when you look at that with the spiritual journey as well, because it does have a spiritual connotation with it as well for me. I have a good friend of mine, and I'm not going to mention her name because then she'll probably squirm about that. But She mentioned to me on one of our walks one day that every day we have to pick up our cross and walk. And I was like very hesitant about receiving that information because I didn't want to really come into that belief mode that I had to bear a cross. I really felt that, my Savior died for me and I would not have to pick up a cross and walk. But I understand the term now, meaning that I die daily and that I have to, start my journey every day anew,
Every day.
And so I don't have to carry this burden alone. That is a life experience, and that I need to give the tools and the gifts away, you know? And that is the reason why the title struck me as something that would be more inspirational because we are put on this earth to be of service and to share our gifts and our loves and our talents. And so that is the inspiration behind the title.
Yeah, that's very true. Every day we may have struggles every day, but every day we can be inspiration to others too, right? Like we wake up each day, we don't need to carry the burden, but we can be inspiration to others instead. I Before we proceed, I just want to say hi to our sister there, Jeanette. Hi.
Mhm.
She's watching with us. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. And also to Arlene Del Valencia. Thank you. She was waiting for us this morning, and then now she was like, "Oh, well, we're just scheduling later." She's watching again. Hi, thank you so
Thank you.
much for both of you. They're like they're giving us messages there. Hi. Hi, sister.
My
And
sister.
then Arlene, nice. Okay. Okay, ladies, thank you so much for tuning in with us. So, for the next question, my sister, can you tell us common challenges? Because there are challenges women face on their path to personal growth and fulfillment. And can you explore these challenges and why they are particularly significant for us as women?
Well, we don't have all night, okay? Because these challenges,
There's
we,
really a lot, huh?
we don't have all night, so we're going to try to consolidate some of these things. I think, God forbid, I may miss some challenges, so please forgive me for all of the challenges that I may have missed, but I will indulge in a few. So when it comes to the social and the cultural challenges, let's tackle that a little bit. The gender stereotypes for one. Women have an expectation to live in their family roles and their career roles and the traditional gender roles in our lives, depending on the type of background you may have. So there's limitations there and there's major challenges there. There's the gender biases, where, let's talk about it, the women in the workplace, which I'm still wondering why we still underpaid, in our society, or we're and looked upon differently in certain fields at our work, going into the politician area. Why can't we have a female president yet? And why are we still behind in that concept in time where other nations, outside of the United States have had those presidents and those leaders in front? The lack of representation for women as well. I feel like in the entrepreneur world, women make up the bulk of the entrepreneurs. But as far as a leadership role, we're not at the top. We have not
Yeah.
made it all the way up to the top. We have a lot of men leading at the top, where the women are the bulk of the ones that keep things afloat. We're not the leaders at the top. There's still a disparity there. Personal and emotional challenges as well. The self doubt and the imposter syndrome still show up in our lives, where we still have to work through those demons, of confidence that prevent us from pursuing and moving us forward in our goals. That is also challenges. Work life balance. We still have to be super mom, the
Mhm.
career, the family, our personal aspiration. We have to balance everything, including our overwhelming emotions and the stresses everyday life. We have an expectation to balance it all. Women are dying of, we're the largest case of people dying of heart attacks. Women. So the societal pressure, that we face when it comes to our beauty and our body, you know, this is still a precedent. The Barbie image is still present. People are still dying to be thin or dying to look a certain way. So these are still major challenges. Let's go into the structural and economical challenges. I did mention how we're still underpaid, for doing the same job. So there's limitation with the financial independence unless you go into the entrepreneurship world. But if you're talking about the corporate world, women are still not paid equally. Okay. And then we're going to indulge a little bit about the educational aspect. Depending on where you live in this great United States, education is not always resourceful or equal or afforded to all. Okay. And there's still a large expectation for women to be the caregiver, to have the brunt of the responsibility, and to develop that energy into their children as well as the aging parents that we have. We're expected to take care of not only
That's true.
everyone outside of the house, but we kind of overlook our own selves. So the personal growth and the involvement is an overwhelming obstacle, for us. And that that right there, and I just named a little bit, and I will stop there. But those are the struggles. And
Yeah.
there are so much more that we could talk about that all night long. Okay. I would love
Very,
for the roles to get switched one day. And we wake up,
very true.
men are women. Okay.
Very true. Even though, I mentioned to you earlier too, um, like in this day and age, we still have that. Like, we're in the 21st century, but we still have that. Like, let the women do that. Like, you say caregivers. I'm like, yeah, we're expected to do that. Let the woman do that. And oh, she cannot do this because she's a woman, right? um um I still, right now, even though we said men and women are equal now, there it's still showing, in so many cases. Like, you're right, in corporate world it still is, it's very true still. So I'm like, okay, yes. So i'm I'm with you. Like, I am an advocate of women. No, we got this. Like we say, girl power, power. And so we should embody, and we should show our power really every day, right? So
Absolutely.
anyway,
Oh yeah.
I got carried away.
Oh no, I mean, look, it's a topic that we all can go in
I
on. I was
know.
watching something on Netflix about women in music and how women don't get the kudos of what they do behind the scenes. But if a man says it and sing it a certain way, they get the profit and they get the money, or they'll get the stars. We really are breaking our backs in so many areas, but we're looked upon like, oh no, he did it. And we have to kind of move, we have to tread lightly, is what some people are saying. Oh yeah, take it easy. Don't be so forthcoming with it. Why?
You know, look at this. We get a comment. Hi, Lily. It's like, just tell them going on till the road was so long. Well, yeah, anyway. Thank you so much, Lily. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, so well, we just show up, show our grace, but we are strong, right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, personal growth often involves overcoming obstacles. Here we go again. Can you provide examples of women who demonstrates remarkable resilience and determination in their pursuit for personal growth?
So I can. I did research a few women, and we all know about the Oprah, the Maya Angelou, the Rosa Parks, and Harriet Tubman. But there's so many other women, and we can't name them all, but I would name a few because some of these women I had to kind of look up and discover for myself, but it's an ongoing list. And we're building it daily because those are the women that are hidden to us, but they are right in
Yes.
front of us. They are. So one of the women I discover, and God knows I'm going to make sure I get these names correct. Malala Surfasai. Okay, that's her name. Yusufzai is her name. Malala was a Pakistani activist for female education who survived the Taliban assassination, attempted and continued to advocate for girls' education worldwide. She went on to become the youngest ever Nobel Prize laureate for her unwavering dedication to promoting education and gender equality. Now, see, I didn't know this woman, but I was like amazed because, wow, okay, this is a woman after my own heart. And then there's another lady, Amina Earhart was a pioneer American aviator who set a numerous record and achieved many firsts in the aviation, including being the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Her determination to break gender barriers in a male dominated field and her courage in face of danger made her an inspiration to women all over the world. That was another one. I'm gonna just name a few. Okay, just
Okay.
not too many. But Aung San Suu Kyi, okay, she is a Burmese politician and Nobel laureate known for her nonviolent struggle for democracy and human rights in Myanmar. Despite facing years of house arrest and political persecution, she continued her political activism and eventually became the Myanmar state councilor and demonstrating remarkable resilience and her commitment for democracy for her commitment to democracy. Now this name, and you said, I think we spoke about this name, but you do know the person. And I'm going to ask you the question. Do you know who created Harry Potter?
Mm, I forgot. You have
Right.
to tell me.
So this is J.K. Rowling's. Okay. This woman created Harry Potter and she faced numerous rejection in publishing. Okay. And she struggled as a single mother living on welfare, but she persevered with her passion in writing and eventually led to the most successful, famous book series in history. Now, it's not even a book anymore, it's a movie, it's
Yes, it's movie
trilogies, okay?
series. Yes.
Right. The last woman that I'll mention is Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and she became the first woman president of Liberia, the first woman to be elected as head of state in Africa. Her leadership and her resilience helped to rebuild a war torn down nation, inspired women and politicians across the continent. And these women, just a little bit of their story, they should be headliners constantly, because we make headlines all the time. These are our
Yeah.
positive role models and resourceful people. We know of the ones that they feed us. but there's so many more in every occupation that we have, in every
Mm-hmm.
position that we have. There are these women, and they have those dual models, role models, that they play. They play those dual roles in their life, because guaranteed those women have families, they have responsibilities outside of their careers.
Very true. Yeah, those women are inspiring. So we shouldn't forget that. At least I remember Earnhardt. Well, and the good thing is, I was watching my son one time. He was watching YouTube Kids, I think. Well, there were some videos about her. The first women. I'm like, oh, okay, good, good. At least they remember her. But yeah, there are a lot of women really that has to be remembered and shouldn't be forgotten in the history. And yes, you are correct. They should be headliners
All the time.
because they inspire a lot of us women here these days. So no, I remember another woman. I was just what checking our chat, our group chat with Janine earlier, right? Another woman that maybe most of the people don't know, but people in network marketing would know. Our one of our mentors, Jessie Lee. I just remembered. It just occurred to me. Um, she is one of our mentor, and a legend in her industry.
Mm-hmm.
Now maybe different from all the other women that you mentioned, but in the world of network marketing, she is a great mentor
Mm-hmm.
and should also be remembered by us. Anyway, so what strategies or advice can you share with women who want to empower themselves in various aspects of their lives?
There's so many different strategies. Self confidence and self esteem. We got to practice that self compassion, and, just caring for ourselves, to understand that we're not perfect. We're not going to get this right. It's not, oh, we have to show up perfectly. I know we had the timing all mixed up, or at least I did. You were on time and I wasn't. But, we're scared to make mistakes. We
It's
want to get this perfect or right. We got to really pat ourselves on the back and show that self compassion, that self care, and set achievement goals. Like, break it down small, like, pat yourself on the back. We do a lot. I've been out of my house all day, and yet I'm still excited to do this. This is something I've been wanting to do, but I broke it down in a small goal. Like, I set a date, I set a time. As I'm going to go all in, I'm going to show up as confident as I can. And if I mess up and pronounce everyone's name wrong, hey, I'm not the first person that said a name wrong in this world.
and,
Forgive
and
me.
I'm not the person who misspelled your name too, right?
Right. And it's okay. Surround
We
yourself
are
with
not
positive people.
perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody is perfect,
No. Right.
but each day we have to wake up um grateful, and even if we mess up, it's okay. We there's You won't mess up next time, right? And like, you'll remember that and you'll learn from it. I always say, there's really a mistake is only a mistake if you repeat again, right? Or if you take it as a lesson and don't do it again, then it's a lesson, right? Anyway, there are people who are saying hi to us. Hi, Marisol Mendoza. Big shout out for you. Hi.
Huh?
And then we get another one here. Hi, Danny. She's saying hi to you.
Hi.
Hello. Hello, girl. And then hi to me too.
But yeah, hi to you too.
Hi.
I think most people
Hi.
probably are asleep because we were doing this so late. So on my side of the world, people probably will see this tomorrow on my
Tomorrow.
page or your page because it's late and over on this side. Eastern Standard Time is 11:06. So
Yeah, it's still early on my side. It's only 8:06. I
um,
know, but it's okay because it will be there forever. They will be able to
forever.
see the replay and yeah, and well, Marcel is in the Philippines. It's morning in there, and so it's early in the morning in there. So, yeah, we are inspiring several women out there.
That's correct.
Hi to
Hi.
you,
So
girls.
you gotta also surround yourself with positive people, spend
Yes,
time uplifting and minimizing negative exposure. I'm very careful with
true.
what I put in my head or in front of me because I don't
Mhm.
want to inundate myself with a whole bunch of toxicity from the
True.
external side of the world. So I don't start my day off with the news and wanting to know what's going on with anything. Everything is very controlled as far as I can try to do. I ask my Alexa, for certain things. So it's important.
Certain Things
Oh,
is a
oh,
single
I'm
on November
sorry.
4th, 2013, which is sung by Taylor
Stop,
Ilker.
Hey
stop,
Siri, are
Alexa.
you
True.
listening?
Increasing
Yes,
break reaches 7
yeah.
minutes and
Stop,
26
Alexa.
seconds.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Alexa, don't listen to us. Oh, just listen, don't talk.
You're right. I should have cut her off and I shouldn't have said her name, but this is what happens when you have these IT things in your home that can talk back. So I said her name and she gave me what I asked for. So, you know, the educational piece and the personal development piece, I would say, is never stop learning. I am addicted to knowledge. I'm always wanting to grow my skills when it comes to the more. I am a bookmonger. My mom is a word smart creature. We're celebrating her doctorate. So she just got that for Friday. She defended her dissertation. So go mom for her PhD. And I love
Hey.
learning. It's something to keep your mind active and keep you growing for life. The day you stop learning is the day that you can just end this. Like just end it now. That's how I see
Yes.
it. Seeking mentorship, personal development, professional development is key. Embracing challenges. It's scary. Getting out
True.
of this comfort zone. Like I've never done anything like this, and this is a little weird to me. This is a new experience, and I was just like, do I or why am I? Am I crazy? I mean, there was a lot that was going on in my head with this whole virtual interviewing thing, but I embraced it because I'm like, I have to embrace the challenge because I need to step out of my comfort zone and so many things. So I could check the box that I actually did something different today than I did yesterday, you know?
Yes.
And
Check mark.
yeah, check.
Yay.
Advocate for yourself, speak up. I find that a lot of time women they just kind of like push it under the rug or they don't want to make waves. If you deserve a promotion, if you have a question, you should raise your hand. Ask for fairness, negotiate, have a discussion. I'm a person that I do speak up. I don't have a problem with that. Not at all. That's not my issue in my life. Not at all. And anyone that knows me knows that I have a voice and I want to use it.
Yes.
I want to use
Yeah.
it. I encourage other women to advocate for themselves. And there's tools, there's resources to help you to advocate for yourself as well.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Oh, sorry. When you said like, am I crazy? I'm like, somebody told me, I'm like, aren't we all? Like somehow we're crazy in some things. But anyway, Danny, our topic for tonight is breaking the chains, women's journey to personal growth and fulfillment. And thank you so much for engaging. So she has so many reason. And then for Alexa, That was perfect, Alexa. Thank you so much for joining our conversation. And this is for you.
Exactly.
Yep,
And
yep, yep.
so I will expand a little bit more on some of that, and building professional networking relationship in the areas that you are interested in is really important for women, because I think that networking and building those strong skills propels us to move a little bit further, as leadership
Yes,
develops for us. So we have to definitely push the envelope to go for what we need and want and ask for it. Don't be scared to ask for it. Financial empowerment, I have not ever been scared of numbers. Sometimes things look a little weird when it's presented, but I may have to revamp and figure the chart out a little bit. But having a relationship with money, and I know a lot of women do, because we really know how to manage our house. Okay. We'll figure
yes,
out how to stretch that expense budget as far as we can go. So that money relationship is really important. Creating the budget, investing wisely, and saving for the emergency. Those are really key for us. Not, oh, let the husband deal, or he can manage the money, or don't know your numbers. This is really important for our success in life, and our health and well being as well. Self care, self
yes,
care, we have to do that. Show up healthy, get the massage, pamper yourself, mani petty. Even if you don't have the mani and petty, just clock out and figure out what will make you happy for that day. Hide at the park, go to the beach, maybe have that one ice cream sundae sandwich or whatever, and just kind of chill out, maintain your physical and your mental wellness is important. And I find that that is key, listening to the body and taking a nap. I'm a napper. I I have to take a nap or I'll be Krabby Patty. So I'm a napper,
yes.
and setting those boundaries, put your phone on airplane mode. People don't understand that you're unavailable at a certain time. Create that unavailability for yourself, and
Very true.
just I told you I'm not available. Well, guess what? Unplug or shut down. Life will
True.
go on without them knowing your every move. you know, I
You know,
know family does that sometimes, but it's okay to pause.
yes, how we schedule ourselves, how we fill our calendars, right? Like we got a lot of things in our calendars, and it's like we're so busy. But where is the me time?
Oh
We
yes.
have to schedule a me time, even
Oh
for a few minutes each day. Schedule that, we have to somehow go to our inner selves, and just be with yourself. Take care of yourself, even it means it's only like few minutes each day. We've dedicated hours and hours for work, for family. We have to have a me time in our calendar. And if you find it a struggle each day, really put it in your calendar and turn on the snooze button, right?
mhm.
Just few minutes each day. It won't hurt your family, it won't hurt your work, but it will help you tremendously, right? I took a
Absolutely.
nap too this afternoon, and I'm happy about it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
so
Yeah.
yep,
I will
yep, and
also
yes,
I will also add, make sure you take care of your wellness visit. I try to keep my wellness visits at certain times of year, like when school start. I have my wellness visit. I have my certain the end of the year I go for certain things, my mammogram or, a special test. I'll center it around those holiday celebrations or the kids' schedule, so I know I have to take care of me, because
yes,
a lot of
yes,
women don't pencil that in or they'll forget. So the September is my wellness. That's when school goes back. That
Mm-hmm.
means I go in to make sure everything is checked
True.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas, everybody's celebrating. Guess what? I know what I need to go and check, to make sure I'm okay. So I don't have these random months that I'm not clear when where I need to go or what I need to do for me because I pick certain times that, I can kind of dip out of work to make sure that, okay, he's going to school, I can go get checked out. It's
Yes.
Christmas, let me celebrate this for me because I need to make sure I'm okay, and it's
Danny's,
okay.
yeah, it's okay. Yes. Danny's suggesting dental cleanings at season changes. Yeah, we can do
Yes,
that.
right,
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 right, right.
you know.
Anyway, let's go a little serious this time.
Okay.
Well, we've been serious, but it's so nice. Can you share a particularly powerful or inspiring story from your experience that encapsulates the essence of women's journey towards personal growth and fulfillment?
I would say
Not breathe.
we jumped all the way down to the question, right? you,
Yes,
done,
I know, right? We are
you
so.
done skipped all the way down to the main question there, right? I would say one of the journeys, a powerful journey and a story of an experience that I had was when I had to go on the journey of college. And it was actually interesting. I'll make it really short because it could be a long story. I had some challenges in my family background, and my mom, had to go away, and she was suffering with a disease, and she was battling. My family was in turmoil at that time in my life, but one of my neighbors gave me like a little sheet of paper because she looked in a book, a magazine called Essence, and she found something that she thought would be perfect for me to go ahead and try out right to. And children are very oppositional. I'm still kind of oppositional at times. And so what happened was I was forced to write something to this essay, and I was called in to Essence magazine, and I was nominated one of two to give my story on a platform of renowned, famous women. And, it takes a village sometimes to get you to the platform. It's never just one thing and one person. The permission was given by my mom because, it was friends of family and people are sensitive about their story, because you never want to pull down another woman while you're trying to pull up another woman, So we're very careful when we tell our stories not to hinder, hurt, or bash another woman at all, because you want to give that other woman an opportunity and chance to tell their story, you know. So the inspiring piece was I was able to meet some powerful women, Betty Shabazz, Patti LaBelle, and Dr. Regional Stanford. And, it was a moment in time that I can never forget. And I was able to give my story. It was Sister Soldier was there, and I was young. It was a lot that was happening to me in my life, but it was a journey that I will never forget because it helped propel me and shift my journey in life where I was going at John Jay College and I wanted to leave New York City and go away. And that journey helped pushed me to go to Syracuse University. So I actually was able to move and develop some other skills in my life and pull me into another area to develop other skills that I would have never thought would have been possible. And that story of just surviving and knowing that I was a child that always wanted to go away. I always wanted to not be in New York City and kind of like doing the school kind of lessons right where I live. I saw myself in other places. And this allowed me to get that personal growth and develop those skills in another place. And I had the help of so many different women that enriched and connect me to others on that journey of the self discovery. And I hope that really answers your question. That's what kind of helped and mold me to who I am today.
There are people in our lives that, unexpected people that, comes to your life in the right time, right? Like, I'm like, why now? I'm like, why did I meet this person? But they did give you that impact in your life that will lead you in your future. And the power of proximity is really, really important, right? Like,
Absolutely.
because sometimes self discovery comes in when you meet other people that you have never thought that you'll be meeting, right? That's a very good story. I'm like, I don't know how to ask the next questions now.
Yeah.
Powerful, powerful. Anyway, so over time, I think we discussed a little about this, but over time, societal, sorry, I had to have that candy. Expectations for women have evolved somehow. So how do you see these expectations changing, and how can we help each other as women navigate these changes? We've talked a little about this earlier, but how are we going to change society these days?
I would say the first thing to do is kind of be true to yourself. It's really about you first. It always begins with you. There's an Al-Anon, I'm an Al-Anon program, and Al-Anon is adult children of alcoholics. And so they have a set aside prayer. And what it says is let it begin with you. And so you need to always keep that firsthand, because every day you wake up and you have to look in the mirror as self-reflection. So it always will start with you. The how you show up, with the practicing gratitude, practicing self-care, surrounding yourself with supportive helpful people, and having practice with the self-compassion is how we need to first begin with that process, because we can't go out there and be like, I'm going to help you, because first did the person ask? You
Yes.
know what I mean? That they may not want your help or assistance, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So allowing people to show up when they're ready, not when we think they should be.
Yeah, true.
That's important.
That's true, though, and start with yourself. You said that you start with yourself. So in the morning, um, always when we wake up, and I try to practice it myself, and I share it with people, even if they don't need it. Maybe there are people who needs it. So be thankful when you wake up. Be thankful and do that self affirmation, you know in my wall. Maybe people may be tired of me saying repeat after me, because that's what I'm telling myself too.
Right,
And if you repeat after me, tell yourself that too. Self affirmation every day, right? Because we cannot help others if we don't help ourselves first. We cannot love others if we don't love ourselves first, right? We cannot, and radiate that positivity.
right. And I think
Yeah.
once you understand who you are as an individual, as a person, you can tap into other people to understand what it may be that they may be in need for, because you have to create that safeness within yourself first. And
Yes.
if you're not safe, you're not going to attract safe, you know? Uh, that is important. And I want to be very clear on how we show up and who we attract to ourselves in our life. That's when shifts and change happen, because if we're so closed and so limited with our arms shut and fold, we're not going to change anything, and it will continue to perpetuate the way it has been.
True. True. Yep. Yep. So, for women out there who may be hesitant or unsure about embarking on a journey of personal growth, what advice or guidance can you offer to help them take that first step?
The advice, well, I can only say this: congratulations. You're going to embark on an exciting journey of self discovery,
Yes.
because every single day you're on a deep path of understanding who you are and your unique gifts in this world. Okay. It always will
Yeah.
begin with you. And some steps you need help. Your self-worth and your confidence and your grace. We're not in this world by ourselves, and not even for ourselves. You know, it's important that we understand that we're never alone, and we're here for a reason, a purpose. And with
Yes.
time, with the self reflection, one of our mentors, and you know this very well, is plan, do, review. But what plan, do,
Oh, yeah.
review is inventory. You do an inventory of who you are, and what you stand for, and how your life is, and what's going on. The power of the pen. You don't like the write? Hey, they got Evernote. They got things that you can just talk into, and you can kind of like do an inventory to see who you are and what's going on. But remember this: be gentle, but be true to yourself. Because this road of self discovery is an intimate road for yourself, and it's for you. Into me, I see. That's what intimacy is for me. Into me, I see. Not, it doesn't have anything to do with the touch and the romance. Okay. Into me, I see. So the personal boundaries, you need to understand that and limit some things, set some limits in your life, and be just all like gun ho to be this Power Ranger, not the pink or the red one. Okay. Have some limitations, and always keep yourself seeking and boosting that self confidence, and renewing your skills and learning your hobbies. Embrace those, enhance your learning, and know that you are worth it. We did talk about that positivity. Put on
Mhm.
some kind of song that make you happy, and just sing, even though you don't know how, or dance, even if you don't know how, but do it. But most importantly, please share your story, share your journey. That is important, because we all got a story.
Y- True. We all have that story to tell the world. And even though, you think it's not inspirational, it it can be inspirational to others, right? You don't know. Sometimes we feel like our story is not important, but it is, and it will inspire others. So be out there, be out there and share your story,
Hmm.
because people will be inspired by you. And be humble enough also to acknowledge that you need help, and we are here to help, right? We are here to help each other, right? To empower each one of us. So, and yes, self affirmation, we say you are enough, right? We love yourself, you are enough. God created us as enough. Where you are right now is not an incident. It is planned. It is planned. So, girl, you got this. So, fulfillment is a deeply personal concept. It is. So, could you share your perspective on what fulfillment means to you personally, and how would you encourage women to define and achieve their own lives, achieve this in their own lives?
Fulfillment is a personal thing, you know, and for me, I feel my my cup is filled daily. I learned from one of the greats, Maya Angelou, you give from the overflow. It took me a moment because I always would give from my cup where I would deplete myself. Okay. And so being fulfilled is not depleting me. Being fulfilled is making sure that I show up as healthy and fulfilled with God's guide, not my guide. Okay. I had to learn how to pause for the course. That's a saying. Just pause. Sometimes just listening is the position of Phil. And being an active listener when it comes to being of service, because most of us are service workers. We're
Mm-hmm.
here to be of service. So I think it's really important that you kind of know the position and who you are and your role, but never give from your cup where you deplete yourself. So fulfillment for me is when I could say I've accomplished even just a little from my list on the calendar. That I woke up this morning and I was able to meet one expectation in my life, I would clap for that. Clap for yourself. And I think
Mm-hmm.
those moments of just clapping for the small things, you brush your teeth, you know, whatever, you know, I got dressed. We still are working from home, some of us. Some people stay in their pajamas 24/7. So fulfillment may be babysat. I had 4 bottles of water today. Whatever it is, I didn't have that extra piece of cake. I only had one piece, whatever. You know, whatever it is. But learn how to clap and applaud your gifts, your success, no matter how small they are.
That is very, very fulfilling, actually. Yeah, because sometimes we forget, we are just focused on big things. So we get frustrated if we do not accomplish that day. But that's true. Clap on every little accomplishments you made for the day, because we are only able to fulfill big accomplishments when we start with the small ones, right? Small step at a time, baby steps at a time, right? So I know it's late there and we can talk all night. We can.
Yeah.
So but I guess we will have another one of this for sure in the future. Friends, wait for that. We will be announcing that. We'll have another one of this. Um, so for now, what are the key takeaways or insights that you want our audience to gain about women's experiences and transformative power of personal growth?
So the key takeaway I would say, uh, and overall, you know, just set like little key points for what you need to discover for yourself. Start journaling. Okay, you don't like the
Mm-hmm.
journal, you know, make a little small gratitude list. Start off small, just write one sentence. You have to kind of lean in on that self reflection and ask some questions about your core values. What is your experience? What is your true long term or short term goals? Ask those deep questions. you know Meditation and mindfulness. I didn't grow up with the whole meditation. I grew up with a lot of prayer and talking and communication, but meditation wasn't like a built-in practice. you know, but just having that time to go inner side go inside you so you have insight about your desires and your fears. That's important because if you want someone else to discover who you are, you're setting yourself up for a fall. This life is about you knowing who you are, not waiting for someone to tell you who you are. And
Yes.
if I could tell the little one of me before I got here a couple of years ago about the desires and the insight of my desires and fears, I would have told me this to meditate. I would have told me this many years ago, so I'm on the nuance of the meditation, the manifestation board or the vision board, or just having that image in your mind where you're setting up tangible goals for yourself. You know, you figure out your uniqueness. Sometimes people take these personality tests or these smart tests or the disc tests. They're there just to kind of give you the a little guide of your unique quality. Okay. It doesn't mean it's going to tell you everything about you, but at least you have a
Yes.
tool, a little tool to kind of nudge you along your journey, set some goals, smart goals. So, those that don't know what smart goals are, right? Those are the specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bond
I
goals
know.
in life, okay? In all areas, not just business. We need to really look at every aspect of our life. And it does take work because this thing called life is work. Seek feedback, you know? We're not an Allen, the nobody Allen. No, we're a part of a group. So your trusted friends, your mentor, you know, ask some questions about some insightful questions that they may can answer a little bit about you. Check in with your hobbies and your passion and engage on your true passion and your inspiration. You know, I was afforded a coach, a coach who gave of her time freely to me, a professional coach that could kind of gear you and help you with the personal development and self-discovery path. That's caveat to life, you know? Network. Networking is just having a conversation,
Yes.
discussing things with like-minded people. So if you're into sports, get a go to a place where they talk about sports, and keep that along your journey. But some free tools, I would say, go to the library. Yeah, our kids don't do.
Yes.
Go to the library. Utilize your library card. Okay, get a
Yeah.
free book. They even have audio, a
Mhm.
free audio book at the library. Personal development can come in so many different ways and help you in so many different areas. Even if you don't want to go to the library, guess what? YouTube has audio books on there, even if they sound like robots. Yeah.
Yes.
Those are helpful.
Thank you. Thank you so much for wonderful conversation tonight. And for sure, our audience would still be wanting more, but we'll have more of this. Okay, we'll have more of this. So thank you so much, my sister. And to our audience, I'm sure we our hope is we inspire you tonight and you've learned a lot of insights. I have learned a lot from my sister here. And thank you so much for being with us for your time. So I'll leave you with this. It's only after you've stepped outside your comfort zone that you begin to change, grow and transform. So if you those who have a why to live for can bear almost anyhow. So the past has no power over the present moment. It is never too late to be what you might have been. And girls, we got this. Thank you. Bye.